everybody, this is JBuzzsaw79, and I am bringing you a new wizard book I've been working on. I played it only once so far. Before I get into that though, I would like to take time to thank Keejchen, who a lot of people do know. I've been watching a lot of his stuff lately and enjoyed watching him play the Winter Tournament on Octagon with Arcane Duel members there with Puddinhead and Koshade. So, but this is based off the idea that Keejchen had, so I want to make sure I give him credit where credit is due. That we're going to jump right into it finally here. This is a wizard build, as you can plainly see. I got some extra blank pages in here. There we go. I started with the back and just kind of put the cards in here for right now, so I didn't get them mixed in with my other cards. So so I got some attack spells in here, Jet Stream to kind of push stuff around. That's mainly it as far as why it's in there. The days, but mainly the push to manipulate the field a little bit better. Windstorm's in there just because I really wanted to try it out. I think it's kind of cool because it's a sweeping attack that's unavoidable, +2 versus Defiant and Ethereal, so I think it's kind of neat. And I don't really need the full action in here, so there's that. Electrify, because I think, you know, if you're running certain things, people are going to try to get in there on the mage himself. Especially with this one, I have a very low monster count, obviously, in here. And speaking of the monster count, as you can see easier, again, it is an elemental lore deck, so I am running the 3 plus the 2 whirling spirits in here. To me, I guess the weakest one, and I wish it wasn't, is kind of the earth elemental. The water elemental did pretty good for me, so did the fire, but the earth elemental, I mean, he really got whooped up on. Even the whirling spirit did really well for me in the game I played with this. So double Tangle Vine, just to try to keep stuff from moving away from me. The 3 mana crystals, because you want to be able to drop a mana crystal every turn. When I played this, my opponent went after the mana crystals, but it was so late in the game it really didn't matter anymore because I had already dropped 2 of the elementals, so it was kind of, but I had so much mana at that point that even with him killing them off, it didn't really matter. 2 Wall of Bones. I like the Wall of Bones. They have a lot of health on them, and they're still fairly cheap, so I like that. Double Mage Wand, because you are a freaking wizard, so why wouldn't you have a Mage Wand, I guess, at that point, especially 2 of them. Double Elemental Cloak, because I think people want to throw damage at a wizard, especially one with these big behemoths. He's not going to really be a lot himself, so some people might take advantage of that and grab like Flame Blasts, some lightning shocks, things like that. So outside of well, the main 2 ones best, I suppose, are just the Flame and Lightning, which is why I have 2 in here. I figure people probably destroy 1, so Moonglow and Amulet gives me 4 sources to generate mana, and yeah, you kind of need them all, because like I said, you're spending lots of mana. The ring, opening turn, I threw the ring, and then threw the mana crystal, which is why I said kind of throw a mana crystal each turn. So eventually I even threw the amulet on, so I had everything out from the book as far as mana generation. Some light equipment, all the leather sets so far, because technically the leather belt is not out yet, with the Wind, Weaver, and Hide, because again, you can put the one on for 2 less air, or lightning rather. I can't remember the name of that, but this is wind, so that includes lightning and jet stream and all that fun stuff. So the blocks, mainly the blocks I threw in for the earth elemental, because once people see him come out and they realize what's going on, he just rushed him, and I was able to get the earth elemental away at half point, and I threw one on him as a block, and it set up a really good play later in the match for me, because he had a flying grizzly. The opponent did out, and I forget what else he had out. Cruella, something else. But anyway, so he moved into his zone and went after me. I had the block. I had cast it, and he already burned the other two's action, so the block went off, stopped the grizzly, and then the Earth Elemental did his own attack and just pound face. So that was really freaking sweet. And next round after it was my initiative, so I wiped the whole zone down. So there's 3 monsters out, which was really awesome. The Chants of Rage were okay. I ended up chaining of Rage with Luella and then targeted the Earth Elemental. So if basically he brought her out, cast like maybe 1 or 2 spells off her, and then she was out the rest of the match. Trying to find the Earth Elemental. I did shrink the Grizzly Bear at one point, so that was kind of helpful. Because then it went to a 3 dice, basically with him moving, which is more of a thing that's really useful there. I'm going to pause the video for 1 second. Hang on.